Alright, today is Saturday, September 3rd. This is day 27 of my lettuces, of my first batch of lettuces, or at least the batch that I'm doing this short video series on, in the floating raft beds. And I've got to say they're fully grown. I only come up here to the farm where I have this set up on the weekends, so I don't know if, how many days prior to today I could have probably harvested these, but I would say probably 2 or 3 days ago they would have been fine. These are a nice size. That's some of these are 13, 14 inches in diameter or thereabouts. Pretty consistent growth, other than my first bed over here. These are more about 12 inches in diameter. And again, this is the bed with the, not only in diameter, but the leaves are also they're not quite as well grown. These are about 11 or 12 inches on average in diameter. Some might even be smaller, like that one. And these other lettuces you see here, these smaller ones, these are on day 6. Those were planted last weekend. And what I'm going to do today is take out all of the grown lettuces, and also I'm going to try to move all the little ones, all the ones that were planted last week, into one bed, or at least have them all together. And I'm also going to see if I can get another air disc in here in this first bed, which is, I believe, what's causing these lettuces not to grow as quickly. So that's about it with the lettuces. I'm pretty happy with this batch. There looks to be a little bit of damage there. I'm not sure what that is. Probably some sort of bug. But these have not bolted. They taste good. They don't have any kind of a bitter taste to them, which they do have when they bolt or when they're under stress. These taste good. They look good. So I'll take these out today and I'll sell them on Monday. I put them in, by the way, I take them out and I leave them in a tray. I leave the roots on until I actually take them to the cafeteria where I sell them, and then I cut the roots off right then and there. In other news, I just wanted to point out that this is my nitrate test, and anybody who has one of these little kits, it seems like most people have the same kit from API, Freshwater Master Test Kit. And this chart is actually kind of faded, but you can see that the nitrates are through the roof, which is actually not that good. That's not very good of a thing to have. They're too high, and at that level, for consistent periods of time, they'll be damaging to the fish. The nitrites are fine. These are right where they should be, in the low range of the scale. So it probably what this means is I'm not going to feed my fish for a few days until those levels come down, until the nitrate levels come down. Because obviously there's plenty of nitrate in there for my plants to eat, and so I just won't feed the fish until those levels come down. And what I'm going to do today, I think I'm going to take these, I was going to take these strawberry plants out until I saw the results of those nitrate tests, and now I'm afraid to take anything out, because what I want to do is get those levels to get down into a normal range, so that my fish aren't at any risk of dying. So I think what I'm going to do, I was going to take those strawberry plants out and plant some tomato plants there, but I think I'll just leave the strawberry plants in there and put my tomato plants in this bed, which has space, and I'm going to take out all these lettuces that are ready to go and put in some new starter lettuces. Now, as far as when you buy plants at the nursery, or you buy starters and they come in these little these little trays, what you want to do is take the plant out, take the entire chunk of dirt, or not, it's usually not dirt, but it's usually some sort of soilless medium that they have, and I usually squeeze around the bottom here just to make sure that it's loose, and then just gently pull, and you'll see right away if it'll come up or not, and this one did quite nicely. So then I just rinse this out. I think I've shown this before. I did show this with the lettuces. And then you just gently do this. And I don't know how crucial it is to get absolutely everything off the roots. I don't think it's all that crucial. Mainly, you just want to get most of the heavy stuff off there. Okay, with two hands it's definitely easier. Anyway, that's about all you need to do right there. Okay, so then I just come over to my bed and pick where I want to plant it. And as I'm holding the gravel apart with this rake, I use my other hand and just plop the plant in there. And then I let the rocks fall back in and I push them in with the rake. And I'm planting them on this side of the beds because I have plenty of space on this side to be able to reach up once these plants grow to be able to pick tomatoes. And last time I'd made the mistake of planting them on the back side of this bed, which as you can see it's difficult to work behind with the sump and then with those pipes back over there. So I'm not going to do that again. Okay, so I got my tomato plants in the gravel bed. Got 5 over in that plant, 2 in here, and then just for fun I put 1 in my wicking bed right back over there. So today is the 3rd of September, day 1, so I'll be monitoring these over the next couple months, monitoring the progress, see how well they grow. And now what I'm going to do is take these lettuces out of here. I'm just going to show you underneath what they look like. So there's some of the roots, looking very nice indeed. Everything's nice and clean. They look good, they taste good. So these are going to come out today, and I'm going to plant some new ones. So what I do basically is just find the little basket down here, pull them out. There's the lettuce. And since I'm not going to take these to the place I sell them at until Monday, today's Saturday, so I'm going to put them in this tray. This tray just has a little bit of water in it, just enough to keep them happy, not enough. You don't want to submerge the roots completely because then they won't have any oxygen at all. So I just put barely enough in there so that the roots have some water, and then I just keep them there until I take them to the store, and then I cut the roots off there. I was hoping I was going to fit more in here, but these have grown so much. I'm not going to fit as many as I wanted to in each one of these trays. Alright, so here we go. Here are all the lettuces that I took out today. There are, I believe there were 30. The last bunch I had to put in a bag. I ran out of these bins. I thought I'd be able to fit more in these bins, but when you leave the roots on, you really can't. So anyway, it's pretty good. Obviously I need to get myself a few more bins, but they look good. The last batch, again, this one, the one that was in the first raft that had the single air hose instead of the double, or the air stones, they weren't quite as green, but I tasted them and they're fine. And the other ones are just fantastic. They're all nice and green and tasty. So now I'm going to go plant all the new lettuce. Alrighty. I got all the grown lettuce out of here, and I've replanted with new starters. These just went in. They may look a little droopy, but they should be perking up here in a minute. So these just went in today. This is day 1. Most of these aren't more than an inch high, maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches in diameter at the widest point, which is kind of a hokey measurement because that all depends on how straight up and down the plant is, which doesn't necessarily indicate the leaf size. So, but anyway, you can see them here. And then on the far end here we have these, on the other hand, which that's about 6 inches in diameter. But here's another one that's quite similar. That's 5 inches. That one at the end is maybe a couple. These are here from last weekend. These are on today would be day 6 for these guys since they were planted. All that green stuff on the styrofoam, that's just algae. I guess it doesn't look good, but it doesn't really harm anything, except maybe it takes up some nutrients that could otherwise go to the plants. But I don't know how to keep that from growing on top of the styrofoam. It shouldn't be growing there, quite frankly. So, and then over here, in these beds, I already showed the tomato plants. Oh, one more thing. I started harvesting some worm tea. I have a couple of worm farms set up elsewhere, and I'm going to add a cup of this a week to the system. I added my first cup today. I'm adding it here at this level. That way it has plenty of water to dilute in before it ever makes it into the fish tank. And I'm not quite sure if that'll help things or not, but pure organic stuff, might as well give it a shot. So anyway, that's it for this week.